right, this is lesson 10.2 in pre-algebra, areas of triangles and trapezoids. Okay, here's the deal. Again, you're just plugging into a formula. Okay, you're just plugging into a formula. I'm going to show you something really quick. Did you know that I don't care what the size of the triangle is, that a triangle is very simply, exactly, 1/2 the area of a parallelogram? Do you see that that and that are parallel, that and that are parallel? No matter what it is, the area of a triangle is exactly 1/2 of its reflected parallelogram. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Do you see those triangles are similar, are congruent, right? And you see that now, if I was to get rid of this, what is that object? Do you see what I'm talking about? Okay, so you can take any parallelogram, cut it in half, you have two triangles, two identical triangles. Okay, and so because of that, remember, so even if I have a big, tall, skinny isosceles one, you go, well, how can that possibly turn into how could that be a parallelogram? Oh, it's right here. Right, you see the two identical triangles that are now a parallelogram. You see what I'm talking about? So remember, it's real simple. The area of a triangle is exactly half of what it would be if it would have been a parallelogram. Does that make sense? So how do you find the area of a parallelogram again? What was the formula from yesterday? Base times height. So then how do you find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. Or another way of putting it is, you can go, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Or you could say the area is 1/2 times the base times the height. It doesn't matter either way. That's the formula. It's that simple. Find the base, find the height, divide by 2. Wow. That's it. There's the deal. Sometimes they have you go like this. They'll have a triangle that looks kind of funky like that, and they'll call this here the base. They'll say that's 2, and then they'll put the height is on the outside of the triangle. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. It don't make any difference. It makes no difference. And they say that here the height is 5. What is the area of this if I made this inches and inches? What's the
5 inches.
It would be 5 inches. 2 times 5. Base times the height, 10, divided by 2, back to 5. It's 5 squared inches. You put 5 inches, I mark it wrong. It's got to be squared. Does that make sense? The other thing you can do is, if it is a 90-degree or a right triangle, you can already see where that is exactly half of a parallelogram, right? And so if they have this right here, and this is 5, and this is 8, and this is 10, which that wouldn't be the numbers, but whatever. What's the area here? What's the base? Which one's the height?
8's the height, 5's the base.
Right.
Wait, is that a 3 or a 5?
That's a 5. Whatever. You all get it. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. If it's a right triangle, then the length of the side is the height. But at the same time, I will give you another one of these. If I said, okay, here's 3, this is 8, and then they go down like this, and I call this. Hold on. Yeah, we'll say that this height. Oops. This height here is 8 inches, and then this is 7 inches, and then this is 9 inches. What does that 8 have to do with the area of this triangle?
Nothing.
The 8 has nothing to do with it. If I was to ask you for the perimeter, what's the perimeter of an object again?
Length. Adding up all the sides.
Adding up the sides, right? What does the 7 have to do with the perimeter of this object?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? The 7 is the height. Anyway, it's that simple. Okay, now, trapezoid. A trapezoid is not a parallelogram. It is an object that has just one set of parallel lines, right? Are these lines right here, are they parallel with each other? No. but are these parallel with each other?
Yes.
Yes, right, trapezoid. All you need to do is understand this. You need to figure out how to plug into the formula. You need to know the formula. I'm not going to make you memorize the formula. I'll hand you the formula for the test, but you just need to know how to plug it into the formula, okay? It's real simple. The formula looks pretty ugly. The area of any trapezoid is 1/2 the height times B1 plus B2. Oh my. Okay, big ugly thing. Not a problem. Okay, here's the deal. All we need to do is start labeling these things so that we can know. Here's the deal. What is the H? What do you think H stands for? The height. So I'm going to need to give you the height somewhere in here, right? We'll call this 5 inches. Okay, that's the height. What do you think B1 and B2 is?
The bottom base.
It's not base. It's not bottom. It's base, right? It's the base. So then it would be whatever this is, right? This might be 8 inches, and this might be 20 inches. Now, if we're talking about just area, the only 3 things you need is the height and the 2 bases. That length and that length have nothing to do with the area. Okay, so let's plug it in. Area equals 1/2. What's the height?
5.
Always put it in parentheses, right? And then you multiply that by, what is B1? Which one? You could put 20 or 8, right? 20 plus 8. Now we need to solve this. What is 1/2? Well, what is, do parentheses first. What's 20 plus 8?
28.
28. So I have 1/2 times 5 times 28. Now here's the deal. Is it wise of you to do 1/2 times 5 right now? Or should you do 5 times 28? Which one's the easiest one? Or should you do 1/2 times 28?
5.
I would do 1/2 times 28. Why would you do that?
Because that
That comes out to an even number. What's half of 28?
14.
14. Now you go 14 times 5 is 70. So the answer would be 70 squared inches. Does that make sense? Just plugging it in. And remember, the reason why I did it like this is just, could you go 1/2 times 5? Sure. But now you have 2.5, and now you got 2.5 times 28, and you're like, oh, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's more difficult. That's just more work. When it would be just as simple to go 1/2 times 28, 14. 14 times 5 is 7. Does that make sense? And what is that? Why am I allowed to do that? What's it called?
Commutative property.
Commutative property multiplication. Why commutative? What's commute mean?
Move.
To move, right? To move. I'm allowed to move them around. Why am I allowed to move them around? Because this is all multiplication. Right? It's one big string of multiplication. Okay, you guys can try one of these. Let's do this one. We'll go like this. They even have it on its side. Oops. Okay, this is 4 feet, 2 feet, 4.5 feet. There we go. I want you to use the formula. I'll put it down here for you. Area equals 1/2 the height times B1 plus B2. Plug in the information and give me the area of that trapezoid. All we're doing is plugging in. So let's plug this in. I'll do it in, what color you want? What color you want, Lauren? Blue. Dark blue, baby blue.
Doesn't matter.
I'll pick dark blue. Okay, I have a lot of choices. The area equals, is that blue?
It looks like black.
Area equals, okay, 1/2 times the height. What's the height?
4 feet.
Times B1.
4.5. Is it? It doesn't matter, right?
4.5 plus, no, I'm plugging it in.
Oh!
I'm just plugging it in.
Oh, 2.
Right? Plus 2. Right? And then you go, okay, area equals, okay, it's 1/2 times 4 times 6.5, right? Okay. What is 1/2 times, now listen, whenever we're dealing with multiplying fractions, and it's a string of them, choose the one that's going to make this the easiest. Agreed? Choose the one that's going to make this the easiest. What will make this the easiest? Do you really want to multiply 1/2 times 6.5?
No.
Ooh, right? That will make this into fourths, and it would be ugly. So what's 1/2 times 4? Is that an easy one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
2.
area equals 2 times 6.5. Well, what's 2 times 6.5?
13.
13. So the answer is 13 squared feet.
I am so stupid. I got 12 and a half.
Right? 6.5 times 2. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense though? Did you get 13?
No.
Why?
Right now I know how. I just did it all wrong.
Just plug it in. Let's do another one, Bradley, then. Don't use a calculator. Do B down there at the bottom of page 529. You don't need a calculator. We're just plugging in, right? And the good thing is, remember, when you, oh, you're not done, Brad?
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay. We're just plugging in. Area equals 1/2 the height times, what is B1?
24.
Plus,
33.
okay. Area equals, what is 24 plus 33? 1/2 times 12 times 57. Ugly. What should I multiply here to make this easy?
1/2 times 12.
A equals 6 times 57. Oh, that's easy. 57 times 6. 2, 4, 342. Boom. Right?
Millimeters squared.
Millimeters squared.
A.
Right? Make sense? Did you get it?
No.
Why?
Did it wrong again. I don't know.
Are you plugging it in?
Yeah.
Do you know how to plug it in?
Yeah.
Bradley, we're not even gonna, I'm just gonna, let's do one here, buddy.
No,
No, you don't. No, you don't. If you ain't getting it right, you don't get it. I'm gonna put an 8 inches here. We're just not gonna talk though. This is gonna be 12 inches here, and this is gonna be 20 inches. Brad, what's the formula? No, you're walking with me. You put your pencil down. You're walking with me here. What's the formula?
A equals 1/2. Is it H? Okay. Then B plus.
The great news is you don't have to memorize it, right? Because you can just look in the book and find the formula. What do I do now, Brad?
You plug it in.
Tell me what to plug in.
So H would be 8 inches.
You go A equals 1/2 and multiply it by 8. I put it in parentheses. That's what you do. When you plug something into a formula, you put it in parentheses. Now what?
12 plus 20.
Awesome. Now I have to choose here, right? There's no order of operations here that has to be done. Which one do I have to do first?
8?
No. What do I have to do first here?
Sorry. You have to add 12 and 20.
I have to. That's in parentheses. So A equals 1/2 times 8 times 12 plus 20 is?
32.
Awesome. What should I do here?
It's, you should divide 32 by 1.
I would. I think that's by what?
2.
By 2, right? So then that makes this A equals 8 times what?
16.
16. Oh, now I just have to go, what is 16 times 8, right? 8, 4. That would be 128, right? 128 inches squared. So you got it, right? You got it. Your homework. Today is what day?
Friday.
I don't care about the actual day. I want the date.
Oh, it's the 4th.
3, 4, 16.
Page 530. Let me look. I might be adding more in this. This is a little simple. All right, you're good. Oh, I like this one. Page 530. All right. Page 530, 1 through 10 all. And I want number 16. Now, I want you to look at number 16 really quick. I'm just going to, before I give that to you. Oh, yeah, that's real tough. Anyway, shh, shh, shh. Shh, shh, shh. Can you guys be quiet? Can you do it? Did you guys all write down the homework?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm sure you have it memorized. Okay. Look here, I'm just going to give you a very simple concept, and this is all I'm going to tell you, okay? If I give you an object, I don't care what it is, there's the object, right? Make sense? And this thing is all shaded in. I'm going to make it very light here. This thing is all a part of the object, okay? All of it. Except there is one square here that is empty. Okay? And we'll say that's 2 by 2 inches. Okay? But the whole thing is it's all here. Does that make sense? It's all here, except there's a chunk missing out there. Does that make sense? So there's like a hole here. What you're going to do is find the area of the whole object. Find the area of the whole object, and then what are you going to do? Subtract the area of the part that's missing. Does that make sense? That's the only thing you're going to do. You find the area of the whole object, and then you subtract the area of the part that's missing. Jay?
Number 16 is the 6 inches part of the little triangle.
The 6 inches is the base of that triangle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that is a triangle.
I just thought it. I don't know.
What? No, there's 8 sides in there. You can't see the 8 sides there, Jack? Oh. Anyway, that's the assignment.